Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news all right, Browns fans. Let's sit down and have a real talk because what's happening right now in Cleveland is not just a small story. It's the kind of situation that could define our team's future for years to come. We're in a moment of flux, a period that's got everyone talking, and I want to break it all down for you, from the quarterback drama to the ripple effects it could have across the AFC North. And trust me, what's unfolding is more than just a game, it's a chess match, and Cleveland is right in the middle of it. Recently, the spotlight has been on Dillon Gabriel, our backup quarterback, who's been thrust into a pretty tricky situation. As you all know, Gabriel is currently filling in behind Shedeur Sanders, a highly touted fifth-round pick who's been taking the reins after Gabriel suffered a concussion. Sanders is set to make his third straight start this week. And that's a big deal because it means the Browns are looking to see what they really have in this young quarterback. But what's also been making headlines isn't just the on-field action. It's the off-field noise, the kind of distractions that can really test a team's focus, especially when things aren't going perfectly. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Former NFL star Cam Newton, a guy who's been around the league and seen his fair share of ups and downs, decided to chime in with some advice for Gabriel and his fiancée, Zoe Caswell. Newton's message was clear and straightforward. Don't let outside voices become a distraction. And that's something we Browns fans know all too well. In today's social media era, it's so easy for a comment, a TikTok, or a tweet to spiral out of control, especially when it involves someone close to a player. And that's exactly what happened with Zoe Caswell, who posted a TikTok comment after our Week 13 loss to the 49ers that didn't sit well with many. Caswell's comment, "Browns lost, what's new?" followed by a laughing emoji, was interpreted by some as a dig at Shedeur Sanders, especially because Sanders is the one taking the snaps now. Her comment was met with a wave of backlash, with many fans and critics alike questioning her tone and the timing. But what really stirred the pot was her subsequent reply to a user where she said, "Actually, everyone in the building wants him to play. But you wouldn't know that because you've never played in the NFL or been a coach, right?" That response only added fuel to the fire, and before long she was being bombarded with private messages, many of them downright disgusting and harassing. That's where Newton's words come into play. Former NFL MVP and #1 overall pick emphasized how important it is to stay focused and not become a distraction, especially when your partner or someone close is trying to do their best on the field. Newton, who's been through the highs and lows of NFL life, knows all too well how outside noise can stick to you, whether it's fair or not. His advice: keep it simple, support silently, show your backing through actions rather than words, and don't let the noise drown out what really matters. And let's be honest, Browns fans, we've seen this kind of distraction before, haven't we? It's part of the NFL landscape. But what's critical now is how Dillon Gabriel handles this moment. He's already faced some adversity this season, ending with a 1-5 record as a starter, throwing for 937 yards with 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Those stats might not jump off the page, but it's the context that counts. Gabriel is a young guy trying to find his footing, and in Cleveland, we know how tough it is to succeed when the spotlight is so bright and the pressure so intense. What makes this situation even more interesting is the fact that Sanders is now the guy leading the offense, and he's been making the most of his opportunities. His third straight start this week against the Titans will be a real test, not just for his skills, but for the entire team's chemistry. Meanwhile, we've got Deshaun Watson back in the mix after a recent return to practice, giving the Browns a veteran option if something happens to Sanders or Gabriel. That's the beauty of having a team with depth. We're not just relying on one guy. The front office has also got 2 first-round picks in next year's draft, which means there's room for flexibility to make a move if they decide to pursue a long-term answer at quarterback. But beyond the X's and O's, what's really at stake here is the mental toughness of our guys. Gabriel's role might be reduced right now, but how he responds to all this outside chatter could define his career and his future with the Browns. We all love a story of resilience, and I truly believe that, with the right mindset, Gabriel can turn this adversity into an opportunity to grow. The Browns' organization and coaching staff are surely keeping a close eye on how all this unfolds, because it's a reminder that football is not just about talent. It's about mental strength, focus, and staying true to your game. Looking ahead, the AFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in football. The Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers are all making moves, and Cleveland needs to be laser-focused on its path. The talent in the locker room is undeniable, and if Sanders can keep performing, and if Gabriel can find his confidence again, the Browns could be sitting pretty come playoff time. We've seen flashes of brilliance from our team this season, especially on defense, where guys like Myles Garrett continue to be game changers. Our offensive line has been solid, and there's hope that Deshaun Watson can round back into form to lead us on a deep playoff run. But all these pieces come together only if the team stays united and avoids falling into unnecessary distractions. Now, for us fans, it's about rallying behind our team, no matter what happens off the field. We've always been a passionate bunch, and right now, we need to channel that energy into supporting our players, especially when they're dealing with so much outside noise. Whether it's Gabriel, Sanders, or Watson, they need to know we've got their backs. We've got a proud history of overcoming adversity, and this chapter isn't any different. Cleveland is a city that loves its football, and I believe that with the right mental toughness and unity, we can turn this challenging situation into a stepping stone toward even greater success. In summary, what we're witnessing now is a test of character for our Browns. It's about how we handle setbacks, distractions, and the pressure of the NFL. Cam Newton's words remind us that support from afar, quiet strength, and staying focused on what matters most, winning football games, are what truly count. As Sanders prepares for his next start, Gabriel's resilience will be tested and the team's chemistry will be scrutinized. But if there's one thing Browns fans know, it's that our team has the heart, the grit, and the talent to come out stronger from this. We just need to keep believing, keep supporting, and trust that brighter days are ahead. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this whole situation? Do you believe Gabriel can bounce back from the distractions? How do you see Sanders handling the pressure as he steps into the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns. This is a team that's always been about resilience, about fighting through adversity, and about doing it together. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned because the Browns are always giving us something to talk about. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our team. Browns fans, stand tall, stay loud, and let's keep pushing forward, Cleveland style.